Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have some absolutely incredible updates from the world of Elon Musk that are going to blow your mind. We are talking about a brand new Mars colonization timeline that is closer than you think. Neuralink raising massive funding and expanding human trials, Tesla facing some serious drama on the New Jersey Turnpike, and XChat finally launching with some very interesting features. So grab your coffee and settle in, because we are about to dive deep into everything happening in Elon's empire right now. Let's start with the biggest news of all. At a recent company update at SpaceX's Starbase facility in Texas, Elon Musk just dropped a completely new timeline for Mars colonization. And folks, this is not some far-off science fiction dream anymore. We are talking about actual dates that are surprisingly close. Here is the breakdown. First, Optimus robots will be landing on Mars in 2027. That's just 3 years away. Then the first crewed missions will begin as early as 2029. After that, things are going to scale up at an incredible pace. We are talking about hundreds, then thousands of ships delivering millions of tons of cargo from Earth to Mars every 2 years. The numbers here are absolutely mind-blowing. Musk is planning for 1,000 to 2,000 starships to be launched during each transfer window. The goal to deliver 1 million tons of material during each of these windows. We are talking about solar arrays, power plants, habitats, food systems, basically everything you would need for a completely self-sustaining city on Mars. Now, each starship is going to rely on something called in-orbit refueling, as Musk explained it. Quote, "You can think of this similar to aerial refueling with airplanes, but in this case, it's orbital refilling of rockets, which has never been done before." End quote. That's just one of many technical challenges that need to be solved. But here is the real bottleneck according to Musk, the Starship's heat shield. He pointed out that no one has ever developed a truly reusable orbital heat shield before. Even the space shuttle required months of post-flight repairs after every single mission. When asked about the odds of Starship being ready for the next launch window coming up next year, Musk gave it a 50-50 chance. That's pretty honest odds from someone who is known for being optimistic about timelines. The new vehicle they are working on is called Starship version 3, and it is the first fully capable Mars ship. This rocket is set to launch at the end of this year, and Musk says it will be capable of making life multiplanetary. This new Starship is taller, more powerful, and built around a simplified design thanks to the latest Raptor version 3 rocket engine. During Musk's presentation, you could actually see the new top section of the super heavy booster in the background. And that's just a preview of what's coming. The redesigned booster will completely remove all the heat shield covers around the engines. That's possible thanks to the Raptor 3 engine, and it's going to save a significant amount of weight. At the top, the new booster has an open strut design that will simplify hot stage separation and support rapid reuse of the rocket. Here is how the reuse cycle will work. Boosters will land, get caught by tower arms, be refueled, and then relaunched. The upper stage will also be upgraded to Raptor 3, which should solve reliability problems while increasing payload capacity. Future Starships will have their engine count increased from 6 to 9 engines to meet the demands for Elon's Mars fleet. To make this vision a reality, SpaceX is building twin gigafactories in Texas and Florida. Each facility will be capable of producing up to 3 ships per day. Musk compared this production rate to the combined output of Boeing and Airbus, only with spaceships instead of airplanes. Let that sink in for a moment. The initial landings will likely target a spot on Mars called Arcadia Planitia. It was chosen for its large ice caps, good sunlight, and level terrain. Fun fact, Musk's daughter, born in February 2024, is actually named Arcadia. Talk about commitment to the mission. How will future Martians communicate with their friends and loved ones back on Earth? Starlink. Of course, the orbital transfer arc is already printed on the Wi-Fi routers. And Musk revealed that Starlink subscribers are actually what's funding the SpaceX mission to Mars. As he put it, quote, "Everyone out there who has bought Starlink You're helping secure the future of civilization and helping make life multiplanetary." End quote. During his speech, Musk also touched on what a future civilization on Mars might look like, asking, quote, "What kind of government do you want? What new rules do you want to have?" End quote. Mars is not just a dream anymore. The countdown is real. Human boots on the ground by 2029. And if Musk's predictions hold true, a city built entirely from scratch after that. Moving on to Neuralink. They just raised a massive $650 million to continue delivering their brain implant technology from theory into the hands, or should I say heads, of actual patients. The company is now worth $9 billion on paper, and they are in clinical trials expanding across 3 countries with 5 human patients currently using the device to control digital systems using only their thoughts. Neuralink says they plan to install up to 30 more implants before the year is out. The FDA has granted the company 2 breakthrough designations, one for restoring speech and another for restoring vision. The vision device, known as BlindSight, is on track for its first human trial by early 2026 inside the United Arab Emirates. This is through a partnership with the Cleveland Clinic in Abu Dhabi. The clinical work is organized into 2 FDA studies. First, there is PRIME, which focuses on enabling paralyzed users to control devices like computers and phones. Then there is Convoy, aimed at controlling robotic limbs, starting with Neuralink's own robot-assistive arm. All of this builds toward the company's long-stated goal of restoring independence for people with disabilities through direct brain-computer interface. The journey has not been without friction, though. Back in February, the FDA quietly dismissed Ross Schein, the director who oversaw medical device evaluations, including those tied to Neuralink. The agency offered no public explanation. Around the edges, other players in the industry are closing in. In Michigan, Paradromics has completed its first in-human surgery using a rival brain-computer implant called Connexus, designed to aid in epilepsy treatment. Gabe Newell, the founder of video game giant Valve, is preparing his own low-power chip through a startup called Starfish Neuroscience, betting on multi-region brain access with no skull drilling required. Meanwhile, Synchron became the first company to natively interface a brain implant with Apple devices, letting users operate iPhones, iPads, and even Vision Pro with no hands, no voice, just thought alone. Still, it's Neuralink that's pushing the edge of this technology. At a previous demo, Musk said the implant would one day allow those who were born blind to see again. This year, that project, known as BlindSight, will begin human trials in the UAE. The funding helps, but it's the premise that lingers that someday soon we will control our phones, our computers, and all of our technology through thought alone. Now here is a story that is going to make you shake your head. Tesla just got evicted from one of the busiest highways in the country, the New Jersey Turnpike. The New Jersey Turnpike Authority did not just say no to upgrades at a massive supercharger station. They denied Tesla's entire proposal, which included Magic Dock universal plugs and a promise to improve EV charging reliability without a single dollar of public subsidy. In Tesla's place, they are going with a sole provider model, one vendor, one standard. No room for Tesla. If you are familiar with New Jersey procurement history, this might not come as much of a surprise. They effectively ordered the removal of 64 Tesla supercharger stalls, while an exclusive deal with Apple Green Electric, a lesser-known charging company, will go into effect starting June 6th. Tesla, to their credit, was not caught flat-footed. They have been quietly building new supercharging stalls off the turnpike for the past 3 years, just in case something like this were to happen. Still, the decision stings. Tesla had offered favorable terms to stay in the game, including upgraded equipment like Magic Dock adapters that let just about any electric car plug in and recharge. Tesla Charging wrote on X, quote, NJTA's decision to remove rather than add critical charging infrastructure is a setback for New Jersey's EV adoption goals. 100% zero emissions new car sales by 2035. It removes turnpike access to the most reliable, least congested, and cost-effective charging. End quote. Here is the kicker. Apple Green is rolling out CCS-only chargers just as half of New Jersey's EVs are now using Tesla's NACS standard. Tesla says only about 1% of those drivers even have the adapter needed to use Apple Green's CCS equipment. So much for universal access, Musk. Never one to miss a beat. Weighed in with a simple, quote, "Sounds like corruption?" End quote. Others chimed in too, including a former Tesla employee who claims state officials once deployed mob-style threats to hamper Tesla's ability to do business there during the Model S launch. To be fair, New Jersey has always had a certain reputation when it comes to backroom deals and turnpike politics. But the optics here, rejecting an open, fast, and widely used EV network in favor of a single, less proven vendor, are not doing the state any favors. Tesla responded on X, quote, "We are still willing to invest in turnpike sites if the NJTA or Governor Murphy want to reverse this decision." End quote. Finally, let's talk about XChat. The new messaging system on X is rolling out to a limited group of iOS users. With a wide release scheduled for later this week, XChat promises end-to-end encryption, disappearing messages, file sharing, and voice and video calling without requiring a phone number. Musk is promoting something he described as, quote, "Bitcoin-style encryption." End quote. The back end, he says, has been rebuilt on Rust with a whole new architecture. That's actually a promising technical choice. Rust is a modern system programming language engineered for performance and memory safety. It's increasingly adopted by companies building secure infrastructure. But while Rust gives the tech stack credibility, the encryption claim raised some eyebrows. Bitcoin is not actually encrypted. It uses cryptographic signatures. Whether Musk misspoke, oversimplified, or meant something more nuanced is unclear. Either way, cryptographers and comment threads alike were not impressed. Then there was some drama with Telegram, just as XChat hit early access. Musk's AI company xAI became the subject of a surprise partnership announcement from Telegram CEO Pavel Durov. Durov posted, quote, "This summer, Telegram users will gain access to the best AI technology on the market. Elon Musk and I have agreed to a one-year partnership to bring xAI's Grok to our billion-plus users and integrate it across all Telegram apps." End quote. Musk promptly replied, quote, "No deal has been signed." End quote. Durov's follow-up, quote, "True, agreed in principle, but formalities are pending." End quote. So the deal is either real, pending, or vapor, depending on who you ask. Still, this moment fits the larger strategy. Last week, Musk announced X Money, a peer-to-peer payment system meant to bring banking to the app. XChat adds this secure messaging layer. Pair that with Grok for AI assistance, and you start to see what X is trying to become. It's not so much a town square anymore, but a digital operating system. This is actually a return to first principles thinking. In 1999, Musk launched the original X.com, an online finance startup that later helped create PayPal. Now, after buying back the domain and rebranding Twitter around it, he's building again. The goal is Bolden Everything app that fuses media, messaging, identity, payments, and intelligence under one brand. But the challenge is trust. For a messaging platform to compete with the likes of Signal or iMessage, it needs more than just marketing. It needs transparency, auditability, and proof of security. But this is only the beginning. The tech stack is just forming. The features are arriving. And if Musk gets his way, the app formerly known as Twitter will stop being just a feed and start becoming the platform you never want to leave. So there you have it, Mars mission starting in 2029. Neuralink expanding human trials with a massive funding round. Tesla getting the boot from New Jersey over what looks like some pretty questionable politics. And XChat launching as part of Musk's grand vision for an everything app. What do you think about these updates? Are you excited about the Mars timeline? Concerned about Neuralink's rapid expansion? Frustrated by the Tesla situation in New Jersey? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown of all the latest Elon news, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.